Greetings, you ghosts and goblins, corpses and cadavers. Welcome to the second episode of Tales from the Casket, featuring your horror hosts, Raphael Mitchell, hailing from San Diego, California.
What's up?
Cliff Helm, balancing on the thin line of Modesto, California.
Hello.
And myself, Stitch, as I sit upon the cold stone of Salt Lake City. Tonight, we'll be talking about the newest release and the ninth installment of the Conjuring universe, The Nun II. Be warned, there's spoilers ahead. Let's start the evening by wishing our very own Cliff Helm a happy birthday. Cliff, go ahead and tell us about your week and how was your birthday?
Woo!
Oh, before we even start that, did you notice that Valak was in the house?
I left Valak at the movie theater.
Holy shit. I'm a little scared right now. No, man, my birthday was great. Thank you for asking. It fell on a Friday, which was awesome. Dude, that is terrifying. It fell on a Friday, which is awesome. Speaking of Valak, The Nun II came out on my birthday, so that was a nice little treat to myself. I got to go and watch that, which is what we're talking about tonight. After that, we went to dinner and I got myself a nice, I'm sorry, Ben, I know you're not a man of the meats, but I went and got myself a nice, juicy, good old fashioned American hamburger. But this wasn't just any ordinary hamburger. This one had a over easy egg stacked on top of it.
And did it have a nun on it?
It may have, because as soon as you squeeze the bun down on it, it was just like oozing all over the burger. And you know what? It tasted delicious.
Disgusting.
Yeah, dude, it was good. After that, we just headed back to the house with the family, opened up some gifts. My wife gifted me the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation on Blu-ray, the Scream Factory edition. So I was pretty stoked about that.
110% Matthew McConaughey over there.
Exactly. All right. And she also got me this sweet boom arm that I'm using now for the podcast. She's like, you know what? I'm going to invest in the podcast. So if you guys don't make something of yourself, you're out of here, bud. But yeah, it was a good birthday, man. I'm another year closer to my date with the Reaper.
Don't fear it.
All right. So how about you, Ben? How was your week, man?
I had a great week. Again, like you, I went and saw The Nun II just so we could review it. I went to the Oddities and Curiosities show. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been there. It's pretty exciting. I had some friends in town for that show, Paul Bearer Press. Not sure if you've seen their swag or their merch.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, they're buddies of mine, and I helped them out and lent them some stuff for the show. Great dudes.
Oh, sweet.
Great merch. And that's about it. Dusty, I know you've been working pretty hard on this video of the podcast and making yourself a Valak sign. How's your week?
I got her stationed. It'll be creeping. I love it. Yeah, I've been busy. Although, like, I never made a podcast before, but here we are. We're doing it. So I was working really hard on that. I had a photo shoot. My buddy is having a baby and they're pregnant, him and his girlfriend.
Aw.
So they're rockers, so it was fun. They wanted a spooky themed Halloween style shoot. So that's right up my alley. So that was really fun.
The only way to do it, man.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I'll insert a picture right here. There we go. Boom, magic. But yeah, other than that, it's been work and sleep, but I'm hyped about the show that we're doing.
We appreciate you, sir. You put a lot of work into it and it looks great. And I can't wait for the listeners at home to watch it and hear it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be.
So the real question for you both is, what are we drinking tonight? What's on everyone's beverage menu?
Ooh, so
I'm rocking a Moscow Mule. It's called the Copper Can.
Nice.
Great. What's in that mug, Mr. Chainsaw Massacre?
What's in that leather face?
Is that the Pretty Woman mug?
Yeah, it's a Cosmo.
Don't tell my friends I'm drinking a Cosmo.
Very fitting for the mug you have it in.
He turned me on to it.
Yeah, make sure you point the pinky out while you're drinking that Cosmo. Cliff, what are you having?
Tonight I'm having an Elysian Space Dust. It's their limited edition pumpkin pack. This one's called the Great Pumpkin. And I'm a big fan of them, man. Like, I'm not a huge beer drinker, to be honest with you, but when they come out with things like this, especially when it's like spooky themed and pumpkin flavored, I got to get them. And I have it in this sweet little koozie, Scary Movies and Chill. And it's pretty good, man. I like it.
Yeah, speaking of Paul Bearer Press, I'm actually drinking out of a Paul Bearer Press koozie myself. It's
Plug it.
City of the Living Dead.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff. People that care.
Like shitty.
When you said City of the Living Dead, I almost got it confused with City of the Dead. Have you ever seen that? Christopher Lee, 60s.
Oh, shit. Maybe I have, but no, I'm not able to put my finger on that one.
Witches, Coven of Witches. It's a pretty sweet movie, man. I highly recommend you check it out.
Wait, is Coven of Witches about your mom, or am I?
Damn, dude. Ben with the mom jokes tonight, dude.
Where's the Tom roll? Where's the Tom roll?
So tonight, guys, we're here to talk about a movie that we all went and saw called The Nun II.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben, what did you think of that movie, man?
I want to start out by saying there's something really special to me about horror movies and franchises. I know a lot of people don't love the Conjuring universe. I'm gonna I'm gonna step off that soapbox and I'm gonna say I like it. I really enjoy franchises. I like to revisit stories and characters. I'm a sucker for a franchise. And I
Hell
know
yeah.
that's not a popular thing for a lot of horror fans, but I like the Conjuring universe. I won't spoil the whole review. I'll let you guys get your 4 or 5 cents in, but I feel like the Nun 2 wasn't my favorite entry in the franchise, but I would say I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it way more than one, I'll tell you that.
I had actually
Agreed.
agree with that.
Agreed.
I remember practically falling asleep during one, so they definitely, in my opinion, redeemed themselves for sure.
There's something really special about blasphemous movies. I can't get enough of it.
Freaking gothic, Catholic, scary.
Exactly.
Get my hands hit with a ruler and then haunted by a freaking scary nun. I thought it was pretty good. Without giving too much away of my review, I thought it was like I said, a lot better than the last. So
I definitely agree with you on that point for sure. To be honest with you, the first movie, I don't even really remember it. So that tells you what I thought about the first one.
all I remember is some stupid bell ringing and then boo and then sleep and then boo and then I'm asleep again. So
You remember far more than I do, sir.
I actually rewatched the first one before I went, so I was pretty fresh mind.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Can't get that time back.
I didn't mind the first one. It's not my favorite, but I didn't mind it. It's a fun flick.
Like you, Ben, I do have a soft spot for horror franchises. Like I love obviously A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Hellraiser. Keep giving them to me. Even when they get bad, I'm like, you're giving me the IP that I love, so keep giving it to me. But as far as the Nun 2, I did for sure enjoy it more than the first one. What I really like about it too is the gothic feel that the movies have. It's set in France, so I get those Hammer horror vibes, and I'm a big Hammer fan. So like I really connect with that. But no, dude, like for initial thoughts, like I enjoyed it, man. It's obviously it plays big on jump scares, and that could be good and bad. There was like one in particular in the movie that I was like, really, did we really need that? And it was that scene where he's chained up because he's possessed. Obviously, we're talking spoilers here, so he's possessed by the nun. They have him all tied up and chained up, and he's just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, you get this crow fly by, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, what?"
Those are the best ones. You don't
what
see
was
them
the
coming.
point of that? But as far as the other jump scares, for the most part, they worked fairly well. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good, man.
Nice.
Something I'll say about the Nun that I really appreciate is it embraces the dark tone and it doesn't hide from it. Like I mentioned, I really like these blasphemous movies that kind of indulge in religious culture because people are afraid of that. They're saying, fuck, this is intense. I don't know if I can handle this. This is when you think about The Exorcist, it really challenged people's faith and their thoughts. And you're sitting in the movie theater and thinking, fuck, should I go home? Should I repent for this? And I live on that. I'm like, yes,
oh, hell yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, challenge it. So as for the movie, like script writing and acting and effects and all that, like it's besides the point sometimes when you just got this like unforgiving punishment of blasphemy in front of you. I love it. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want some good old fashioned brainless, blasphemous, jump scaring schlock. And
sometimes.
Yeah. And it succeeds on all those levels. And I had my reservations because I know that I believe it was directed by Michael Chavez, I believe is his name. And he directed The Conjuring 3, which I wasn't like super big on. And he also directed Ya La Llorona, which I haven't seen that film. I haven't heard too many good things about it, but I thought The Nun II, I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought it was directed fairly well. And like I said, the set design pretty much for me makes the movie. Again, right. Just like Hellraiser, I'm just like, oh, chef's kiss. But and the acting all around is good. Like Bonnie Aaron, who plays the nun, she's a very like striking and unique woman. And I think
sweetheart too.
Yeah, she really is. I can't say that. Have you met her, Ben?
Just at your mom's house. But
hey, this episode is called At Your Mom's House.
I just want to know, what was Bonnie Aaron doing at my mom's house exactly? but no, like she is a sweetheart, dude. I've never met her, but I have been in her presence at Son of Monster Palooza, and she seemed really sweet and really cool with the fans. And for playing a part where you have no speaking lines, and honestly, like not much in the way of physical acting as well. Like it's basically comes down to the way she looks.
Ominous.
And she sells that look, dude, fucking better than anybody could. So
I would agree.
yeah, she's awesome.
The colors on her face is really subtle. It's not over the top. It's all practical there. So those features are just haunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what took me out of the movie a little bit? So at the very end, at the climax of the movie, the nun gets released and she grows into this giant kind of 12-foot nun. But this is so funny. There was a shining light behind her head, and as she grew, it grew with her. And I was like, who decided to move the light? That's not natural. That's not what would happen. And it took me right out of the movie because I was like thinking, well, that doesn't feel right.
Who moved it, Ben? Your mom.
We're on number 3 tonight.
Damn it, mother. But speaking of creepy lights, I have a story about that.
Let's hear it.
Really bizarre. Of course, we went to go see the movie, but we were at a ritzier part of town.
Must be nice.
It was very nice. Recliner seats. I got a butler and shit.
Ooh.
Tight. Feed me more drinks. But anyways, the very first jump scare, we were literally just sitting there chilling, watching the movie, and the jump scare happens. As soon as that happens, one single light, one circle light in the theater turns on, and it's the one right above us. So we're like, oh, that's weird. All right, whatever. Because it shined real bright and then it dimmed down. Then it was just a small dimmer light. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this theater? So I was chilling, but of course, girlfriend's we gotta move. It's distracting. I was like,
fuck this.
Like, damn, let me grab my popcorn, let me grab my drink, let me grab my wallet, all my stuff. And I had all this stuff, and she one seat back, like a different row. It's pretty spaced out in there. So it was out of the way. And then we told the usher about it, and she was like, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I think I've been hearing about some issues with the lights in here and stuff like that. I was like, okay, whatever.
But it was on cue with the jump scares.
It was on cue with the damn jump scares, which was weird. It goes planned. On and on. It happens again in the seat we moved to. That one turned off and then turned on by us.
No shit.
Yeah, no kidding. It was freaking weird. At a jump scare. It was the page turner part at the newsstand.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? And then later in the movie, it happened again. But like it shined right next to us in different spots, but then it landed on us again. I was like, what the hell is going on? So we thought that was really bizarre. I told Lisa, hey, write a letter.
Tell them how you really feel.
Right. We don't pay it. We got a free popcorn. That's it.
I was watching The Nun and I got scared. Give me free tickets.
But it creeped me out because it was happening at the jump scares, and it was happening like every time that I was trying to pay attention to the movie, and I was like, oh, what the hell?
That is crazy.
It makes the movie a little bit better, doesn't it?
It does, but some people online, when I was posting about it on my story, was like, oh, it's the guy that plays the movies messing with you and this and that. I was like, but can they control one light at a time, like in there? I thought it was just like a big ass thing. I don't know, but it's pretty big risk being in a ritzy area and hoping you're not pissing off at Karen. Maybe he quit the next day. I don't know, but
you probably pissed off the nun.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, oh, shit. This is why I don't fuck with the religious horror movies.
Hey, you know what? That's what happens when you go to a ritzy area. If you had went to the ghetto, bro, the lights wouldn't even have worked.
I know. You would have got a gunshot instead of a light. So on that note, you mentioned that there's a scene where she's looking at the newspapers and they're blowing in the wind and it forms the nun. One of my complaints with the nun is every jump scare felt like the most predictable jump scare I've ever seen. It was a stereotype of a slow pan, boo. And I was like, besides that fucking crow that was like, baka! And you were like, holy crap.
Exactly. That one probably got me the most, and it was like the most unnecessary one.
Yeah.
I did love the one scene with the asbestos on the wall and the mold.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool because she was turned on the light and it's the silhouette on the wall of the mold. I just thought that was amazing.
No, that was cool.
When Satan comes and it's like a fucking goat running around. I really liked that.
The demon goat was rad.
It
The
made me feel
devil.
70s. It had that old school schlucky kind of vibe, but it's just like fucking running around being like, and I was like, dude, that shit is awesome.
No, it really was. That was probably like one of my favorite parts of the movie. I was like, yes, fuck yes, dude. It's like Black Phillip's cousin. He's here.
We need a goat.
We need
And
a
we're like,
goat.
where can we get a goat from? Let's pull it from a window. It's
We
fine.
need a satanic goat. Satanic goats make every movie better.
Well,
Please let me out. Nails in the coffin.
I guess it brings the question: how many nails in the coffin are we giving it? Go ahead, you start, Mr. Raphael.
That's a good question. I want to give it a 6.
6 nails in the coffin.
Yeah, the first one was a fucking one, one nail.
No,
6 nails in the coffin. I
no.
hated one, but that's a big step from one. So that's me. 6 nails in the coffin.
Cliff.
If I'm basing it off of the first movie, like this movie's a 10. But no, like in all honesty, like I'd probably give it like maybe I'm probably right there with Raphael, to be honest with you. I'd probably give it a 6 and then maybe a 6 with one angel eye.
6 nails in the coffin. I think I'm going to give it 7. And the reason why I'm going to give it 7 is I just like the dark atmosphere. It's something I would revisit just to feel a part of something else. They did a good job at making me feel like I was somewhere else, and I liked that. And just to fuck with you both, I'm going to give the Nun 1 probably a 6.
Are you really?
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It wasn't my favorite, but I didn't.
Very much
I
have
didn't
taught
hate
you that.
Like, where does it rank for you throughout the Conjuring universe, though? Do you have it?
Oh man, there's so many movies. It would take some time. I really love Conjuring 1 and 2.
Same.
One of the Annabelle movies I really liked. I think it was the last one that came out, but maybe that's for another episode. We can.
Oh, you know what, dude?
Universe.
Keep your standards low, and you're never disappointed. Good job, Ben.
True. No, speaking of Annabelle, I do like those movies. I like the first one actually quite a bit. We watched it with my daughter here recently, and it kind of had a Rosemary's Baby vibe to it. So I was digging it. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, dude, as far as the Nun 2, I think, like you said, dude, like the atmosphere, the set design, the good acting all around, it makes it for a solid like horror romp, dude. It's a lot of fun. And Raphael, I saw that you just found out about the Farmiga sisters.
Yeah, I was looking at Sister Irene.
Were you?
At the end, yes, she's very cute. And then at the end, Vera, Lorraine, and I was like, damn, they really look alike. That's amazing. How can I have 2 crushes in the same movie? This is confusing.
I don't know what to do. How should
And they're
I feel?
sisters, and I was hyped on that. I was like, oh, it made sense. Yep. The more you know, I learn something new every day. Thank you.
Pretty cool. Yeah. The younger of the 2, I believe she was on American Horror Story at some point. Yeah, she was, because I think that's where I discovered her first. Yeah,
it sounds about right.
Yeah, which
I
haven't
like
kept.
That's another franchise that's fallen apart.
Oh,
yeah,
especially after the last release.
I didn't really honestly. I don't think I got past Freak Show with that that series.
It's a couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think I've watched them all, and the last couple I've just been like, I don't know if I can finish this.
Yeah.
Another thought on the Nun. I was very hyped on the false ending. I thought I was literally pissed at that moment. I was like, oh, great. Of course. Oh, he's fine now. But he's not possessed anymore. And then big ending happened. I was like, all right. And like,
yeah.
I appreciated it.
It was funny because Myra asked me, she's like, I don't get it. What does that mean? I was like, that means they want to make another movie and take more of our money.
That franchise isn't going anywhere as long as it makes money.
Exactly.
But you know what I'll say is so when these movies come out like the Nun 2 and they have a really good weekend at the box office, what that means, whether you like it or you hate it, it means we're going to get more horror movies.
Yeah.
And for me, that's special. I'm like, if I don't like the movie, I still hope everyone else does because we're going to get more of it.
Yeah.
So,
that's a win in my book, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I like the Conjuring universe so much, is because it's putting the middle finger to society and saying, hey, we're going to keep putting out horror movies. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, keep doing that.
I'm offended.
Speaking of that, dude, the Nun 2
I'm upset.
in its weekend made 88 million at the box office. It's definitely not going anywhere.
Not in my area. I was like 6 people in my theater.
Really?
Me too.
Yeah,
I went to a matinee.
I was like, damn. But yeah, it was around like 2 p.m.
Yeah, I'm a matinee guy. I like the theater empty.
Oh yeah. Chatty people.
Yeah, same here. Like when you got too many people in there and people on their phones and chatting and stuff, it just takes away from the experience.
Hey, pretty chic.
giving each other blowjobs. It's dude, do that shit at home. I'm trying to watch a movie.
The
I
worst,
remember
the
my
worst shit.
first.
The worst shit when you go to a horror movie is at least a busy one. Anytime there's a scary part coming or any suspense, when you want it to get quiet and you can dive into that moment, there's always people like, "You're fucking scared, huh?" And you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I remember seeing the Paranormal Activity movie in the theater, dude, and it was just like every time there was something, it was like a conversation would break out in the whole theater. People were like, "Oh my God, don't go in there," and you're like, "Shut the fuck up and let me watch the movie."
Exactly.
Man,
Takes you out of the moment and then you're not
yeah,
scared. You know what I mean?
yeah, I want to be in the movie. I want to feel a part of it.
Exactly. That's like being drawn in and like feeling like you're actually there with the
Right.
characters is what scares you.
Yeah,
This is
But-
the first
absolutely.
time that they tied the Warrens into the franchise, into that the Nun, or were they in part one at all?
No, the Nun was in Conjuring 2, right, Ben?
Yeah, so the Nun was the painting.
But in
Yeah,
the
so
in the
yeah.
Nun movies, like about the Nun, like part one, the Warrens weren't in it.
Yeah, it ties in, but it's not like it's. I know you said you haven't seen La Lorna, but it doesn't really mention the universe, but it ties in.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna tie in at all. You know what I want at the end? Everybody have a fucking everyone's in it. Annabelle,
Yeah.
Nun, La Llorona, everybody.
The Conjuring multiverse.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be like the fucking Marvel fucking
Exactly.
Marvel versus Capcom.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It'd be amazing.
It's a
Pretty fucking
madness.
hilarious.
That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Directions,
like-
please.
Wasn't Ed and Lorraine Warren? They were in one of the Annabelle movies. I think the last one that came out.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sure they'll pop up probably in another offshoot of the Conjuring series. Like, dude, who's sitting really pretty right now? James Wan. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just made one movie and look like how it spawned until he's got a knack, dude, for creating characters that people are drawn to. It's
I
like,
would agree.
yeah, like he spawned how many different franchises just based on the Conjuring, and even the Insidious franchise is still going. Did you guys see the last one?
Sure did. The Red Door.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I did. Yep.
What'd you guys think of that?
I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It was probably out of the movies, it was probably my least favorite or second least favorite.
Yeah.
But there was some stuff I really liked about it.
Yeah.
I like that they're keeping the characters, keeping the same actors, keeping
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was actually, what was his name? Dylan? Or no, what was the little boy's name?
Mm,
Red
you're
Door.
putting us on the spot, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Look
can't
at your
remember.
notes.
That's a good question. I didn't know we were talking about this movie.
Me neither. Wasn't ready.
I have no
anyway,
notes.
The son of Insidious. It's actually, I think it's the same actor. He's all grown up now. And I thought
Yeah, they
that
are.
always gets me going. I always think that's really cool that they keep the same actors or available to get them and continue the story because it makes it feel more real.
You know what
yeah.
really took me out of the Red Door is when I was watching it. He moves in and he's got the roommate, right? The girl.
Yeah.
And they're like best friends ready to die for each other overnight. And I was like, what the fuck? I know people 40 fucking years and they don't want to be that close to me. That was my only thing. I was like, why are they so close? They've known each other for a week. But
No, yeah.
overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part, and it's directed by Patrick Wilson, so it was cool to see him take the reins.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. That was really cool.
And I thought he did a pretty good job as far as the directing goes. I think the only thing that kind of brings that movie down a little bit is maybe the pacing a little bit. If he could figure out how to get the
Right.
pacing a little better for a horror movie. Like the scares in the movie, I thought he built those up really well. Like it didn't really rely on jump scares. Like he actually built scares. And coming from somebody who's directing a horror movie for his first time, that's pretty awesome. But
For a movie that's built around artwork, they did a really good job with the artwork.
oh yeah,
All the sketching and drawing, I was like, they got the art. Whoever the artist was
Door?
that came up with the concept looked great.
yeah,
What's that?
Red Door?
Yeah, yeah. You know how the kid's in college for art?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just drawing
Oh,
all stuff.
those scenes. Yeah, I love that. I thought that was really
I was like, he fucking.
I thought you were talking about like the poster artwork, which was still
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool too. Yeah.
stand
yeah.
up straight. You're making me look bad, woman.
His
Done
name
following.
escapes me at the moment, but the guy who did the art for that movie, he is a famous artist, and you could tell, dude, because the art was just magnificent.
Yeah,
So,
it was glorious.
yeah, it really was.
Glory.
Back to the Nun, though, what did you think about the whole like plot that they introduced in this, where the nun needed to get the angel's eyes to give her more power?
Was that the amulet thing?
Yeah, that had
Yeah,
that
she-
contained the
Oh.
eyeballs.
It was almost
Yeah.
felt like fucking a treasure hunt to me. Like,
Right.
it almost felt like some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. But
Yeah.
The Nun.
you
and
gotta
the
have
Last
something.
Crusade.
Yeah, you gotta have something to carry in the movie. The quest or whatever it is, the focus. I was upset when she got it. I was like,
When
damn
they
it,
were
you guys had one fucking job. That's
Right.
when they shine the light through the goat's eyes and it hit the floor, and they're like, "Oh, it's in here." I was like,
Jones, Goonies stuff.
"Yeah."
For sure.
Yeah, it was cool. I was wondering as the movie was progressing, I was like, all right, where is this going to go exactly? And I was like, what is going to be like, what is this character after? You know what I mean? And how are they going to defeat this character? So it was fun though. It was cool. It was cool watching it unfold and seeing how it all went down. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, fun is a good word. It was a fun movie. I would agree.
Yeah.
I did fall asleep at some points, but
Did you really?
Well, at the beginning, when they were talking about the priest or whatever was talking about the religion and about,
Oh, dude, that priest though. How about that kill?
I was falling asleep. I don't remember it.
Are you talking about the very beginning where he lights on fire?
Yes,
That shit was awesome.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And it-
Yeah.
And it went down in the
Raphael's
church.
like, "Huh?"
I was snoring, dude.
Did you miss
Yeah.
that part? Really?
I think I did. I think vaguely remember seeing something like
Do you guys want to
I
hear
more or less-
something?
my kill was the house. What is it? What do you call her? The principal lady for the Catholic school.
Oh, yeah,
That was it.
that was badass.
She got her ass whooped.
Yeah, I feel like they should have raised the stakes a little bit. Like when that goat came like charging into the wall and pierced the door and hit that girl like through
That
like
scared shit out.
the rib cage. I was
Yeah.
like, she should have died. Like,
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
One casualty.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you. Have you guys seen The Pope's Exorcist?
I haven't.
Oh, all right. So think about The Nun II when you watch The Pope's Exorcist. It's like the same fucking movie. I'm like, what the fuck? They're
Really?
both buried in the basement of an abbey in the water. I'm like, is this like a fucking story I don't know, or I don't know, but there's a lot of similarities to it where you're thinking, huh, I've seen this before. So
Have you seen
Is
Repossessed?
it a good movie
what's that?
Have you seen Repossessed?
though? No.
You ever seen that?
Uh,
She does a
Negative.
spoof. She does a spoof on it. Anyways,
oh, I do know what you're
Oof.
talking about. I've never watched it though.
dumb, but it's great.
Horror news. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So
Yeah.
moving away from The Nun, let's roll into another segment here, and that's going to be something
Get
we're
outta
going to
here.
keep doing. We're going to start doing horror news. It's something the three of us follow, and it's something three of us talk about. Cliff he's an encyclopedia with some of the news, some of the things happening, and he mentioned something that Raphael and I didn't know. And go ahead and spill the beans on John Carpenter.
So John Carpenter, our boy John Carpenter, one of the
Yeah, go John.
Yeah, Johnny,
one of the
Yeah.
masters of horror.
my boy Blue.
He's getting back in the director's seat, boys. He's going to be directing a new series for Peacock. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a anthology type series. So I'm thinking something in the vein of Creep Show or Trick or Treat.
Yes.
And I want to say from what I was reading, it's going to be like a lot of the stories are coming from the mind of the master himself. Now, whether he'll be directing each episode, it remains to be seen. He'll probably do the pilot episode, I would assume at the very least, and then maybe close out the first season as well. But dude, I'm excited, dude. I love John Carpenter. I love most of his movies. And to see him back in the director's chair, dude, I think is going to be a treat for horror fans everywhere.
Wow.
What do you guys think?
I say bring back Snape Pipskin.
There you
Bring
go.
back. Put him in an episode. No, I'm a big fan of Mick Garris, and he did a series called Masters of Horror where he got all the classics. He got like Toby Hooper and every classic horror movie director, and he had a series where it was an anthology series and they would do an hour-long episode. And
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking rad. It was really cool. It was
Yeah.
cool that Mick Garris got to collect who he thought were the best. And I know things are going to change between now and then, especially with the strikes and everything happening in Hollywood. But I would say, give it to me. I love John Carpenter. Give it to me. I'm ready.
Dude, he's been killing it, even with the scores that he did for the Halloween films. Like, regardless
Oh,
of what
yeah.
everyone thinks of those films, the score was amazing in each film.
Such a good track record. Like the bar is set pretty high, so I think he's gonna deliver for sure.
Right.
Oh, for sure. And what's crazy is I want to say I've never seen it, but I want to say he did an anthology film like back in the day called Body Bags. I don't know if either of you have heard of that movie.
Love it.
Yeah. So this is just like a return to something he's done before. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool.
I absolutely agree. I think we mentioned it last podcast, but we talked about Eli Roth is finally releasing Thanksgiving
Oh,
this year on Thanksgiving. So
dude,
be
I'm
ready
super
for a
pumped.
review of that. That's exciting.
Mama gonna
news.
make me some stuffing.
Oh, is that number 4? That's number 4.
Salary.
Dude, I can't wait to see the type of like humor that he injects into that movie, Eli
Yeah.
Roth. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Like out of all the movies, the fake trailers they did for the Grindhouse double feature, that was the one movie that I was like, I want to see this. Like out of everything, like it's
Oh,
cool that
really?
like it's cool that they went ahead and made Machete and they did Hobo with a Shotgun and stuff. Those were cool, but I was like,
Those are
dude, give me
fucking
Thanksgiving.
incredible. Wait, what about Werewolf Women of the SS? I'm ready for that.
Oh, I'd watch that for sure, especially
Yeah.
if Rob Zombie's directing.
Yeah. Machete was great though. It was fucking
No, yeah, that's not like
Lohan's in it, for Christ's sake.
yeah. I don't take away anything from those movies. Like they're great and I own them, but I was like, man, Thanksgiving though, like I'm a huge slasher fan. It's probably one of my favorite subgenres of horror.
okay.
So I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, give me Thanksgiving. That's right up my alley, dude. Like a low budget schlocky slasher. Yeah,
Super
that's for me.
surprised that the powers that be are. I love that it's like becoming a thing. Like you said earlier, the horror genre is peaking its way back up to the top.
No, it really is, and that's probably the only reason that this film is even getting made. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because there's interest in horror again.
Yeah,
Eli Roth, when I remember when he came out of the gate with movies like Hostel, he was a force. People were like, holy shit, what is this? I can't look at it. It's incredibly gory. And I felt like Eli Roth was a pretty young guy, and he just was like, I want to make movies that fucking scare people.
yeah.
You know, and he took that schlocky, over the top gore, just disgusting, like Hostel, torture
Yeah.
porn kind of stuff, and owned it. And he got huge Hollywood releases with it. And I was like, yes, give it to me. I'm ready.
He comes from like that whole in the 80s they had the Brat Pack in the like mid thousands, like early mid thousands. It was like the torture porn pack, you know what I mean? You had Eli Roth and Rob Zombie and James Wan and all those guys were like thrown into that group, but they all shined in their own way. And I've always enjoyed Eli Roth's films. Yeah, some are better than others, but he's pretty much consistently given us like really good horror films. So dude, I'm so pumped for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be there opening night to see that 100%.
How do you guys feel about Rob Zombie? You mentioned him. A lot of people either seem to love what he does or they fucking hate it. And I noticed you're wearing an Otis Driftwood shirt, so I'm gonna guess, Cliff, that you're a fan, right?
Oh yes, never gonna stop me, never gonna stop. Yeah, dude, I love Rob Zombie, dude. I love his films. I know he's like a polarizing like figure, especially as a director, but again, like Eli Roth, I enjoy more of the films that he's put out than I haven't. And every time I hear there's a new Rob Zombie film in development, dude, I'm gonna be there for it. Like he has me as a fan for life, no matter what. And that's because he gave me films that to this day I consider some of my favorites, like House of a Thousand Corpses. I watch it every October, dude. That's on my Halloween watch list. Devil's Rejects, I think, is one of his crowning achievements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the Halloween films. People say what they want to say about them, but it wasn't his job wasn't to give you exactly what John Carpenter gave you in 1978. His job was to give you something different, to update it, to bring like that original movie is always going to be there. So why am I going to repeat it or do a shot for shot remake? Like we all saw what happened when they did that with Psycho. It fucking sucked. So I loved it, dude. I love his movies and even his recent stuff. Like I love Lords of Salem. Like I love.
That's an unpopular opinion. I love it too, and I don't know anyone else that likes it.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. And I feel like that's the one movie that he really was given like full reign to really do what he wants with it without like too much studio interference. And it's awesome. In my opinion, I think it's one of his best movies. It's right there with Devil's Rejects for me personally.
I got a good story about Rob Zombie and some of his movies. I live in Salt Lake City. It's pretty close to Park City, and Park City hosts the Sundance Film Festival. So you get to go up there and check out all sorts of cool stuff. And he premiered 31 up at the film festival, and we're like, sweet. So me and some friends, my brother, we all went up there and we got tickets, and it was like a meet and greet where he would get up and talk about the film after. So I'm sitting in my seat next to my brother, and we're like ready for this movie, and the whole row and the whole fucking arena or whatever, the theater sold out. And the row in front of me is empty. And we're like, why isn't anyone sitting there? And then it fucking happens. And you've got each cast member comes down one by one. And you know, Sherry and Rob come and sit. And they're like in front of me. I could reach out and touch him, and I was like, oh shit. And I got to watch Rob Zombie's face while he watched 31. And he kept leaning over to Sherry, and he would make jokes at weird parts of the movie. So that movie for me is special because I got to watch it with the cast, listen to the cast talk about it. I get to see the director's face as he's watching it with his first showing, his premiere with everybody. So for me, 31 was a really special movie because of that experience.
Hey, Sherry, here comes the scene that shows your butt again.
Yes, please.
You said you were within arm's distance of them?
Yeah, I could have reached over and slapped him.
Dude, I would have been arrested. I would have been like, Rob, you're so cool, and Sherry, you're so hot. Oh my god!
I'm going to see the Halloween Hootenanny on Halloween with Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie in Las Vegas.
Hell yeah, that's
fun.
awesome.
Cool.
Dude, they're supposed to come to the Toyota Pavilion, which is here in Concord, and that's where I saw Mudvayne here recently, dude. And it's a really cool venue. And I looked into it because I wanted to get VIP box seats again. That's what I did with the Mudvayne concert. The psychotherapy sessions, it was for our anniversary. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go all out. And now that, like, at my age now, once I've experienced VIP box seats, I'm like, I don't think I could ever go back to the pit.
I'm rich.
I'm rich, bitch. Fuck, dude, I can't agree with you more. Once you get that spoiled treatment, it's like, I don't have
Oh my god,
down there, my legs hurt, you possibly can get me sick. I got a waiter in my private bathroom.
Right.
There's no shy about my bouginess when it comes to going to concert at my age. I feel you guys. I feel you.
No, I agree
Raphael,
with you.
We didn't get your Rob Zombie movie film take. Are you a fan or?
Who cares about my opinion? I'm just the black guy.
You said it, not me.
I'm just token, whatever, dude.
Can't cancel me.
You die first.
Anyway, dude. Okay. House of the Thousand Corpses came out, and I was just like running around Oceanside, my hometown, on a skateboard, fucking punk rocker guy. And I was like, I saw the poster for it. I was like, we'll see. And it took me like 15 years to watch it, 10 years at least.
So smug.
At least. I know. I was like, we'll see, Rob. We'll see. And then I was like, wow, this is so traditional. I fucking underestimated it. I slept on it. But after that, I freaking, of course, bought it. And then Devil Rejects came out. That was more raunchy and more slasher film than your typical horror film. I thought it was really cool. I love both of those films. Now, when it comes to Salem, I tried watching it, saw naked old ladies. I turned it off. And it wasn't.
That was the best part.
Right?
I was like, nah. I was like, that's not the Salem I want to go.
Hey, whether you like it or not, Raphael, we're all going to get there one day.
I didn't finish it, but for the sake of this podcast, I will work my way through it. I will watch it. Now, like any movies after that, Halloween, I own, I think, part 1 of his Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I liked it enough because he tried to give a little bit of backstory and stuff, right? I thought that was really cool. By the way, the kid that played young Michael, he liked one of my Dead Rise posts of my band. I was like, oh, cool, dude. Somebody that was in it liked my shit. So I thought,
wait, are you famous?
Kid's a rapper.
Yeah, isn't he like a Hatchet Man rapper?
Something like that.
Wow.
But speaking of which, segueing into what's happening at the end of September, they're doing that Halloween 45. He's supposed to be there along with trillions of other cast members from the franchise.
Oh, I bet.
Do you know where that's going to be held? Los Angeles?
Yeah, where Pasadena, where Monster is held.
Is Sean in charge of that? Do you know?
Yeah, I think he's in charge of that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wanted to get on his bus. So he has this private bus that you buy a ticket and they take you to all the Halloween locations and stuff like that. There's 2 or 3 buses, I think. And I was like, so going to buy the tickets, but I was like, it's $150, dude. If you're on my bus, Sean, I will buy the ticket, but I didn't think you would. So I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights.
Have you gone to any of the Pasadena locations for Halloween?
I never
where Halloween 178. Yeah, I went to all of them. It was great.
God, I really want to, but they're not open on Friday, or else because I'm spending the weekend in Hollywood that weekend.
Oh, no, they're people's houses. You don't have to go.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about it as a convention.
Oh no, I'm talking about Michael Myers' house. It's now,
Yeah.
or sorry, Laurie Strode's house is.
Yeah.
It's like an insurance company now.
Yeah,
So-
I've been to those houses. Yes.
Okay,
On
yeah,
our own little ventures, which is always fun.
Yeah.
It never gets old because you grow up watching these films and you're like, wow, that's so Illinois is so far away from me. I don't know if I could ever be
Where's
where
Haddonfield?
it was. And it is in our own freaking backyard for us, California, Southern California. It's just
You're like, where is this place I see in the movie that has palm trees just like California?
but leaves, all time leaves at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I really love that franchise, and I want to go to that Halloween event, that Halloween 45, H45.
I would love to go to it, man. I've never been to it. I know they only do it. It's every 5 years, right?
Yeah, they did a
Oh,
40.
schedule conflicts for me. Pissed.
Yeah. No, I would love to go to it. I have been to the filming locations for Halloween, which is really cool. I've been to some of them. I've been to the Myers house, I've been to the Strode house, and I've been to the Hedges where he's standing when she's walking home from school. So
Yeah, all that's within the same few blocks.
yeah, it's all pretty close together. And I even tried to recreate the shots from the movie.
Oh,
Same. Do you have your shot?
What's that?
You have your shot from the Hedges?
I do.
I do.
Insert here. I insert mine. You insert yours. Send it to me.
Will do,
I'll
sir.
send them over.
Yeah.
I will say what's really cool about the headshots and the houses and all, the homeowners
They're nice.
embrace it.
Yeah.
They'll put out the pumpkins and they'll put up a sign that says, "Feel free to take pictures. Please don't knock on the door," or something. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fucking thank you.
Did you
Let
know that the
people be
Strode
here.
house, it's up for sale right now? The Strode house?
Insurance
is it?
house?
Oh,
The one with the garages. And the tree.
yeah, the one that has the pillar out there where you could sit on
Corner.
it with the pumpkin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. On the
It's-
corner.
Yeah, it's for sale, dude. I think all three of us could go in. It's only 1.8 million. No big deal.
Dude, they go hard during Halloween in that fucking neighborhood. We
Dude,
need
that
it.
neighborhood's awesome during Halloween.
I think I'm gonna have to go this year. I have to go this year.
If Raphael can afford ritzy theaters, we can buy this house. Let's do it.
I'm gonna tell you guys something though. I think
Wait,
that
Rush-
Los Angeles is like the Halloween capital of America, dude. Holy shit. LA has everything. Every theme park, every fucking show, every concert, every theater has like a Halloween theme.
Look
Like,
at Magnolia
motherfucker.
Boulevard. Like Magnolia Boulevard is like a horror lover's dream come true.
Have you guys heard of Dearly Departed Tours?
yes.
No.
They used to be a mini museum, but also would offer tours on those exact locations. And I had the privilege to go on one of them one time, and it was like a 5-hour thing. It was freaking cool. They take you to
Sweet.
all the locations in Los Angeles, from Nightmare on Elm Street to Halloween to a bunch of other locations. It was insane. And they're no longer in existence because COVID killed it.
But
Yeah, they're the only reason why I would see those locations, because it does take a lot of time and effort to research them yourself and find them all,
Right.
hoping they're correct.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, that was one of the best experiences I ever had. My first time seeing the Hedges from Halloween, my first time seeing Rob Zombie's Halloween house, the first
Yeah.
time seeing all the Nightmare on Nancy's house, Nightmare on Elm Street house. It was an experience to remember forever.
Well, don't they do true horror as well, like the Charles Manson locations? And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
there's
that?
a handful of other companies that do that as well. There's this new. Let me look it up.
Speaking of the Nightmare on Elm Street house, I've never actually got to see it in person
haven't.
myself.
Nope.
But I would love to. And I know that the owners, much like the Halloween locations, they're really cool with letting people like walk up and take pictures in front of the house, as long as you're
Yeah.
not like being a nuisance. I know they repainted the door, so it's not blue anymore. I think it's red, but I would still love to go see it.
Isn't the door red in the end when at the end when Freddy grabs her and pulls her through the door? Is it blue? I swear to Christ, it's red.
It's like the Berenstein Bears and the Berenstain Bears, bro.
Mandala effect is in
Yeah.
effect.
It is in effect. No, honestly, I could have it in reverse. It might be the other way around. Maybe it was red and now they painted it blue. But
I know
either
it's 28 Elm Street.
it sure is. It's right here, baby.
I don't see a 1428.
You know what? There's an Elm
You
Street in every
bastard.
town.
There's an Elm Street in every town.
There's an Elm Street at your mom's house.
Oh,
He lives on that street.
that's number 5. Number 5.
Code.
We should, every time we do that, we should have to take a shot or take a drink.
Oh, are we gonna have a drunk episode? One episode?
We should. We really should.
What do you mean just one? We should have a sober episode. Fuck.
Okay, here it is. Here's the podcast drinking game. Anytime anyone says or like, you take a shot.
I'm fucked. I honestly, I feel like I'm being personally attacked.
You hurt my feelings the last time, Raphael.
Just because
You know what?
the example on the fucking editing software had you on it.
You know what? You guys do the show yourself. You don't need me.
Cliff, he's like, you don't need me.
You smug bastards.
Fuck you, recording software. All right, is there any more horror news? Is that it?
There's other stuff, but I don't know if we want to talk about it or save it for the next episode.
All right, we can save it. Save it.
Yeah. Did you find what you were looking for, Raphael?
I'm looking at nudie sites. Sorry.
On OnlyFans. Hold on a second.
I'm not surprised, to be honest with you.
Hold on. You talk about
So these guys are going to Monster or Son of Monster Palooza this year, and I'm about an eighth of an inch from going. And it's I just fly out for the weekend,
Do it.
hang out with you guys,
Do it.
and come home.
do it.
The first day of Monster Palooza is my birthday, Friday 13th in October, and I'm like,
We're gonna have to do that.
what would I want to do on my birthday? I'd love to sit on an airplane.
I gotta bring in
Would
a
love-
three-way microphone. We're gonna have an episode for 30 minutes while we're there.
You would love to fly
I
out
can-
here, hang out with your boys, and get drunk at that little bar that's in between the hotel and the convention center.
I did that last year. It was
gotta
fucking
drive
so
nowhere.
fun.
See?
I gotta.
Must be nice.
Are you guys staying at the hotel there at the convention?
Yeah.
Or no travel?
No
Yeah.
job.
I booked from Friday to Sunday, so
Oh, perfect.
yeah, that's usually what we do. And it makes things easier, man. If you're gonna buy stuff, you can just walk it back to the room. And I never wait in line to go into the convention center. I'll just look out my window from my room and be like, all right, there's no line. It's time to go in.
Nice. I just spend all my time and money just sitting at the bar, and I'll run into people. You run into people all over America, and they're all fucking at the horror conventions, and you're like, hey man, I haven't seen you in 10 years.
Me.
And it's like an endless fun time.
No, it really is. I think you should come out, Ben.
I think you.
So I was looking at flights, and I'm looking at $500, and I was like, no fucking way. Usually you can fly to LA for 150.
We need you guys
No,
to get us
yeah.
monetized so Ben could come to Cali and we could
Right.
run amok,
Yeah.
amok.
We just want the listeners to
We'll
know
see.
that if we monetize this eventually, it's just going to get thrown right back into creating more content for you guys. So
Right. We're gonna be everywhere.
Fuck
We're
the
gonna go to
system.
Atlanta. We're going to Vegas. We're going to
right.
Tennessee. We're doing it all.
No, you know what? Honestly, I want to do, Raphael. You mentioned it before. You're like, we should take a little road trip up to see Ben and go visit all the spooky spots in Salt Lake City. I'm down.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Halloween 4, Halloween 5. There's a whole shitload of Halloween stuff in here in Utah.
We're gonna.
That's where it was filmed.
Yeah, like the elementary school, couple houses, the Vincent Drug Store. That's
Dude,
There's
I
a-
will
there's a
bring my
cool
Halloween
electronic
5 cosplay
We are
and
going.
do a photo shoot.
We're gonna do some.
I
video-
I actually did a photo shoot. I played in a horror punk band, and we did a photo shoot outside of the house. And it was
Wait.
in,
The Myers
gonna-
house from Halloween 5 is out there?
Yeah.
No shit.
yeah, I did a
I
photo
go
shoot.
to
for
the. Never mind.
Pixar didn't happen, Ben.
that. I'll send a whole fucking video. I got a music video.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Honestly, I really would. Okay, I don't know if we were going to plan on doing the guilty pleasure segment this episode, but Halloween 5, dude, is definitely like on that list for me. Everybody fucking hates it, but I love that movie.
Is that the one?
Why 5? What part of 5 do you think? Man, this is really good.
You know what, dude? Oh, I like The Mask, which everybody hates, but I like it. I know that Greg Nicotero, he did The Mask and he based it off of like his own
Holy shit.
likeness,
I
but
actually never knew that.
I actually like it, and I have The Mask on display here in my collection. Here, let me get it down for you guys. Hold on.
Hey Cliff, would you mind grabbing that Halloween 5 mask and bringing it down?
In slow
you go.
motion while the camera stutters.
All right.
Is that
Hey.
a Trick or Treat Studios?
This is made by an independent artist. He's called Night Ram Productions on Instagram, and this is a ground up sculpt. And for being ground up, dude, this is fucking pretty spot on, man.
That's really cool.
Everybody calls this the Nicolas Cage Michael Myers. but-
Oh my god! Close to your camera.
Holy
is.
shit.
It is.
It is Nicolas Cage sculpt. Holy
So
shit.
you want to?
Michael Myers.
Like, what?
You want to get nuts?
I actually have never heard that before, but it's pretty.
Wow, that makes so
Hold
much.
on, that's
No, like honestly,
Holy
dude. Yeah, it is pretty spawn. It does fucking look like him, but no, I like the movie, dude. I like the mask. I like the way that Don Shanks portrayed Michael Myers. It got back to that like being a creeper, like in the bushes and behind trees. And it's ridiculous, dude. It's just a ridiculous movie, but that's what makes it fun. You got like the typical 80s greaser. You got the jock. You got that cool barn scene where he's got
the buff Michael.
Yes. Dude, I met him at Sinister Creature Con, dude, and he's such a cool guy, dude. And he's honestly, he's still yoked, even for being like 60 something.
I thought that was like, is he not stuffed with something? That was his.
No, that's Halloween 4. That was
okay. That's
George P. Wilbur. Yeah, he had the shoulder pads.
Sorry.
No, dude, fucking Don Shanks is all natty, baby. It was the 80s. He could have been on that good juice. You never know. But
yeah.
Speaking of that, this picture that I have behind me, it's the photo shoot from People magazine back in the 80s, which has Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface from part 2. And it's all the original actors that played them in the movie. And I have it signed by all of them except Robert Englund. I was supposed to get that at the last Monster Palooza.
Yeah, Ben.
Fucking canceled.
Yeah, Ben.
I would have gotten it for you.
I'll go to Arizona real quick. After he cancels all of us.
I was working, so I worked the convention. A little different.
I had that.
Which means I didn't have to wait in a fucking line to meet him. Oh,
must be nice.
Yeah. Well, dude.
Honestly, I'm thinking
was
about.
her mom with you?
Oh, gotta take a drink.
Freddy.
Gotta take a drink. There's literally nothing left in this. I'm just faking the drinks.
Fill it with milk, Grandma.
Your mom's
Raphael,
milk.
What's your guilty pleasure?
What's your guilty pressure?
I'm gonna see what that fucking translates to. Pleasure.
I want to know your guilty pressure points.
You guys.
Before I get to that, I love that that picture you had back there because when I first got my first laptop, I skinned it with that exact same picture.
I remember my first laptop. I still have it.
It was a white Apple.
So,
yeah, I think we did some demos on that laptop, Ben.
You know, I think you're right. Fuck.
That one. It was that dirty ass laptop that I spilled whiskey in it. But anyways,
I do remember that shit.
The keyboard doesn't work, but we're gonna make demos. But anyway, my guilty pleasure. Now, I don't hear too many people talking about it anymore, and it's one of my favorite movies that I hold near and dear to my heart. Toxic Avenger.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's an incredible movie.
I don't hear nobody talking about it. I don't hear anybody talking about Traumaville or any of that franchise. I love that shit. I loved how bad it was. And they made me feel like I shouldn't be watching it. It was so raunchy and raw.
Especially part 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They're
especially part 4. Citizen Toxie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Basically porn at that point.
Yeah.
So on that note, Toxic Avenger, they're remaking it and Peter Dinklage just gonna play Toxie.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage, he's in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
I don't know that motherfucker.
He's a little person.
I only know Aquaman.
That poor girl. Just released the teaser posters and stuff for it. It's gonna be out early next year.
Mini Toxic Avenger?
Yeah, he's gonna be a little person.
In the poster, people are saying that he looks like that he looks superimposed to be bigger than he actually is. So I wonder if they're actually going to do that in the movie, or if he's going to be a little person.
If it's done by Trauma, it's gonna be all over the fucking place. You know how Trauma is.
I think they're going to CGI him to look like normal size.
They better not. That would break my fucking little Toxie heart.
I fucking love Toxic Avenger. Do you remember his Saturday morning cartoon?
Yes.
I had a couple of figures.
The Toxic Crusaders.
I had them. I'm pissed I don't have them anymore.
Dude, so I have a little story about Toxic Avenger. So first, I saw that movie when I was, first of all, way too young to be seeing that shit. And yeah, I was pretty young, dude. And my parents rented it. They watched it. And I was like sneaking out in the hallway and like getting peeks of it. And I was like, holy shit, what is going on? So I pretty much saw most of the movie at a pretty young age. And anyways, on the weekends, every once in a while, I would go over to spend the weekend at my grandparents' house. And one weekend I was over there and my grandma would take me to the video store to rent movies. So I'm walking around and I see Toxic Avenger on the shelf. And I'm like, hey, I've seen that movie. And then she's, oh, do you want me to rent that for you? And like instantly I'm like, holy shit, no.
You're watching it there. Why is the blind lady grabbing his crotch?
Claire.
Why is that
Wasn't that her
woman
name? Was her name
masturbating to
Claire?
dead bodies?
Oh, it's Claire, why are you touching me there?
Yeah, dude, she is so fucking beautiful.
I've never
So you're running around with no pants on, and your grandma's, what are you watching?
So like,
Dude, that's all I could
very
think about.
guilty watching it as a kid. So yeah.
Exactly. That's all I could think about, dude. I was like, if she rents this for me and I watch it, like my dad is gonna beat my ass when she tells me what she got.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn in hell, Cliff. How do you feel about that?
All right. No, that's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. No big deal. But what's your guilty pleasure for the week, Ben?
I don't know if it's more of a cult hit, but Frankenhooker. You guys ever watch that?
Ooh, hell yeah.
I never watched it, but I know of it.
Mind-blowingly fun. You want a date?
Which is weird.
So Raphael, it's a scientist, and his girlfriend gets run over by a lawnmower. So he tries to rebuild his girlfriend from cut up hookers. It's fucking out of control.
It's Reanimator on fucking crack.
You should watch it. I think it's probably streaming for free on Tubi or one of those.
No, I've seen it on there. I'm trying to get through my sleepaway camp first.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt sleepaway camp. Jeez.
Got any money? Want a date?
That's so goddamn good.
Honestly, I just discovered that movie this past year. I hadn't seen it up until this past year.
Frankenhooker?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was so happy to discover it.
At the Monster Paloozas.
It's so good. I love it Monster Palooza when you get the girls that are like cosplaying it, but then they're walking all fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
And they got their mouths all like
Silent Hill girls. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, are you Silent Hill or Frankenhooker? I can't.
Okay. 1 hour later, we're gonna have Raphael has an old person moment. I remember what the tour was in Hollywood.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
I wanted to plug it because it was so good, but
You're gonna have a lot of editing to do, young man.
No, AI will do that for me, son.
Damn it. It's called Graveline Tours.
Oh, okay.
Graveline.
They go everywhere from Michael Jackson's house, the place that he died in Hollywood, to Manson family murders, to Black Dahlia. They cover that a little bit and take you to where the bodies.
Oh, sweet.
It was
Super cool.
Cool. Definitely check them out. Graveline Tours. There's a plug.
Yeah, we'll do.
Ever in Hollywood, take that tour. They put you in a big white limo. Hearse limo.
Is it one of the places that pick you up off the Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposed to meet him at the little Hollywood sign, and I was so pissed because I didn't know where that was, and I was like running up and down the boulevard and be like, "Fuck, we're gonna be late! Come on, Lisa, hurry up!" And I was prior to that, I was trying to get the flow going with some shots at the hotel, and we got there, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know anybody. Like, how does this work?" So I asked the security guard. He was like, "No, I never heard of that before," and I was like,
Thanks a lot.
And then one little British punk lady comes up to me. Is like, "Are you Raphael?" I was like, "Yes, yes, I am. Can we eat our fish tacos in your car? In your limo?"
No, get that smelly shit out of here.
But it was awesome. I highly recommend that tour. It's
cool.
Reasonably priced. They take you on a good car ride. It's comfortable. The limo hearse is pretty cool.
And this episode brought to you by Graveyard Tours.
Graveline.
Oh, my bad. Graveline Tours.
Tell you how to speak. Your mother?
We're sponsored by.
His mother taught him how to speak.
Oh, that's another drink.
Let's talk
Fake
about our
drink.
moms. My mom's a saint.
Cheers, boys.
Drink a
Cheers.
fucking empty beer.
Boys, it looks
Myra,
like
get us another drink. Sorry. I like talking to you.
Yeah, keep talking.
You guys are pretty awesome.
I wish that we could.
Cosmos tastes
We could take this off the air. We don't got to record it.
good.
Thanks for listening, you freaks and creeps, to another episode of Tales from the Casket. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm Cliff Helm. You can follow me on Instagram at the Helms Realm.
I'm Raphael Mitchell. You could follow me on Instagram at Raphael_Deadrise.
And this is Stitch from Salt Lake City. You can follow me at Stitch_inside. Stitch with one T. Stitch.
That is a completion of episode 2, my boys. Woo! Somebody say the
Tales
tagline.
from the Casket. exploring all things horror.